straight into the action with Honda Cadet. Jake Santon and Alan Tadei in the commentary box, and Oliver Behrman and Sebastian Bloch on the front row. From Brown and Ellingham, Millar and Charter, Mikuris, Tolley, Elwell and Breurard in the top 10. Then we have Casabanti, the rookie, leading the charge behind. Rigby in P13 should be worth a watch. James Walker starting P17 is definitely going to be coming through. We've got the likes of Koskinen down in the 20s, and we've got Lorenzo Cordell and Sonny Smith off the back. They will be charging through. Away we go. Standing start, of course, in Honda Cadet. And already Oliver Behrman, the GP plate, has gone into the lead. No problem at all. Sebastian Bloch chasing him down. We ride on board with Theo Mikuris, who's got the 19 to his left there. That's Owen Tolley on the inside line, trying to go round this sweeping left-hander all the way round up to the top of the bridge. This is where you can get some really good positions made up. Look at them all as they streak through 34 of the most incredible cadet racers in the country. Now that is the number 70 of Millar. We're riding on board with Tolley this time, and they're chasing down the 29. Into the hairpin they go. Now it's Harvey Charter, the 29, as they run the way through. Whoops, a little bit of a moment there for the 16. Lorenzo Cordell already trying to make up places, and he's made up a couple, but he runs a little bit wide there through the first hairpin. Here we go again. That's Aston Millar making the move on the inside of Charter. Very nicely done as we ride on board once again with Theo Mikuris, I think it is. Well, it's either that or the 19 of Owen Tolley. We've got a couple of onboards here for this one. Sebastian Bloch, the 97, in there behind the O plate now. Up Oliver Behrman, though, championship leader, the GP plate, looking good in the front already. Look, he's already, well, he did have, I was going to say, a 2 or 3 card length lead, but that's just evaporated now. Up on the inside, there goes the 32 of Frankie Elwell, the rookie. Up on the inside, now he's got the 74 to his left. He's going to get hung out to dry. Oh dear, oh dear, but the 74 of Theo Mikuris and the 28 of Alfie Rigby, who is charging through the field. Alfie Rigby coming up through the order there. Now here comes, well, Lucas Ellingham briefly led the race, but back onto the inside line goes the GP plate of Oliver Behrman, and Ellingham goes down to 4th position behind Sebastian Bloch and Archie Brown, up into 3rd position now on the 7 plate. Brilliant stuff from Archie Brown as he gets himself right there into the mix. So this is going to be very interesting at the front of the field. Just keeping an eye on some of the drivers moving up through the field. Looks as though Ginchard is on the move. So is the Japanese racer Kian Berta. James Walker, we did say, down in about 17th position on the grid. He is charging forward, so working very hard indeed, James Walker. Keep an eye on him in the field. He will be coming through the number 8. So as they go through the final chicane, and actually both Sonny Smith and Lorenzo Cordell are coming through the field fairly well as well. We're on board with Owen Tolley. That is the 31 in front of us. That is Breurard, the Virtus driver. Justin Breurard hanging on in there. Look, you almost rub bumpers as you come through, but up the inside, Owen Tolley makes the move on the left-hander. Breurard is still there. He's not going to let him go without a fight. And there is a good battle as they come up and over the crest, over the bridge and down the drop. That is so fast when you get back on the throttle. It launches you down this main straight and then into the right-hand hairpin. Another short burst up towards the left-hand hairpin. Those are the only 2 points on the circuit, really, where you have to brake.
Just get a word in edgeways.
Terribly sorry, Alan.
It's okay. We're on board with a couple of carts in this one. Mikuris, this is Owen Tolley we're on with here. We're also on board with Theo Mikuris, who is on the move. 31 Justin Breurard up the inside. Oliver Green, who was the 64 cart. It's a GP plate, Oliver Behrman. He is the championship leader as things stand. At Sebastian Bloch in 2nd place.
Brown is leading.
Team Bloch are going to be having all sorts of things going on up there. The dog Pippa is going to be yapping away, I'm sure, in support of her driver.
Well, Brown is leading the way currently at the moment from Bloch and Behrman. Behrman makes the lunge up the inside in the left-hander. Bloch is going to try and hold it right round the outside. Then he cuts back in to try and get more speed off the turn into the next left-right section. So Archie Brown, the 7 plate, leading the way at the moment. It's a fantastic tussle for the last final of the Honda Cadet season in 2017. That was a big wayward moment from Oliver Stewart, the Scotsman. As up the inside goes Behrman, up on the inside and takes the place from Archie Brown, looks behind him, as if to say, what do you think you're doing? Look, he's defending already. This is very close. Up the inside. That's a little bit of a nudge there as Bloch goes out wide. Aston Millar tries to get through and gets hung out to dry there. The 70 of Millar has made his way up into 2nd position there in front of Archie Brown. And look at what it's done to the rest of the gaggle as they all tighten up.
Theo Mikuris took advantage there. He was a good sort of 10 metres or so back. And look at that, there's 74 right there behind Sebastian Bloch now, the onboard cameraman. So he's certainly right in the mix to win this one. He did drop back through the field, I think, at the start. Started, I think, P7. dropped back through the field and is making his way back towards the front. There he is, the 74. That is Theo Makuris under the bridge. Come through the loop one more time.
Behrman just looking over his shoulder there into the bridge section, the newest section of the PFI circuit, just to make sure how close everybody is. Well, they're working together to close him down, so it's not going to be long. Just keeping an eye on a few more drivers in the field. We saw that man, Oliver Stewart, getting a little bit sideways, but he's making up places very well indeed, as is Darrell Taylor, actually, a little further back. He's making up quite a few. But the man really on the move is Sonny Smith, started dead last, and he's already made up about a dozen places, so we need to keep an eye on him, and Lorenzo Cordell, who was alongside him on that row because of problems in the early pre-fun. Look at this squabble! Absolutely incredible stuff, as now Oliver Behrman is shunted down to P4.
Theo Makuris now up to third place. That was a great move there, took advantage of the cart squabbling in front, so there's Theo there in third with the onboard camera, so we'll be keeping an eye on his charge towards the front. That's him picked out there as he go through the S's onto the start-finish straight one more time. And there's a good dozen carts in this one. Back on board here with Theo Makuris. That's Archie Brown in front as they go through the start-finish line. Is he going to get the chance to go up the inside in the first part of the loop? This is an overtaking opportunity. Here he comes, and through to second place. Makuris up to second, but drops straight back down to third as Behrman goes through. It looks like he's gone back down to fourth as Brown goes back through.
There's several overtakes going on behind them as well. This is going to be tough to keep an eye on. That is Oliver Stewart trying to make the move on the 99 there of Kyle Casabante. And look at the lead squabble again. Behrman has got Aston Miller and Archie Brown right behind him. In fact, that's Miller having dropped back to third. Look at him absolutely hugging the inside line. He's practically married to the white line on the inside line there as he works his way through. Look at that. Justin Brewer making up a place or two on Greenall off the turn. Greenall now tries to get the inside line to stop our cameraman. Owen Tolley coming through. Tolley now changes line and shifts position. The O-plate in there as well, getting a couple of positions lost there. Lucas Ellingham tries to make up the move. Block tries to go there on the inside of the 70 of Aston Miller, I think that is. Yes, it is. For third position, it's not happening yet. And these two out in front, Behrman and Brown, have managed to get away for the moment, but I doubt they're going to hold this lead for a while. Look, Behrman looks over his shoulder. Brown's coming in over your right shoulder already, mate. He's going to take the lead. Archie Brown sweeps through and takes the lead through turn one. Brilliant bit of racing there, but it's all going to kick off behind. Look, here comes Sebastian Bloch round the outside, up in a second position. Behrman didn't even see him coming. Amazing as the field just concertinas together. The cavalry is coming over the hill.
Start barking, Pippa Bloch. Your driver's up to second. I say your driver, your brother's up to second, I should say, and more defending going on up to the hairpin. I'm not sure quite why there's so much defensive driving going on this early in the race, but it's given us some great race action.
The 32, Frankie Elwell, takes to the grass on the inside line. Round the outside, we've got all sorts of carts everywhere. Now that is Frankie Elwell taking us on the inside. We're on board with Owen Tolley once again, the 19. Oh, sorry, that's Theo Makuris. There's Owen Tolley. That's our other cameraman. And that is now what it looks like to watch the 32 as he runs around the circuit. Frankie Elwell having an absolutely cracking race. A little bit further on into the race, Oliver Behrman, still your race leader again, and now he's battling away with Sebastian Bloch. So Bloch is in there in second place. The 64 has made his way up into third position. That's Oliver Greenall, who has worked his way up for goodness knows how far back. Oliver Greenall doing an absolutely cracking job there in the 64 in third position. He started way back in 22nd in this race, would you believe? Oh, Rigby and Brewer having a bit of a scrap there with Owen Tolley as they work their way up through the bridge. The 95 gets a little bit loose as well. That is Sonny Smith, the man charging through from the back of the field. That is James Walker, having come up from about 17th position on the grid. He is now threatening top 6 here as a decent overall finish to his season if he catches up with these guys who are jostling again. Greenall alongside Bloch, Brown, Miller, and the O-plate Lucas Ellingham in there as well. All 5 of them scrapping together behind the GP plate, Oliver Behrman, and Lucas Ellingham might be able to get a couple of places here from the back of the queue. They squabble again for position. Greenall is left out to dry as Brown, then Miller, then Ellingham all get through, and that next cart in there is James Walker. That is how quickly he's made the progress through the field. Fastest lap, Sonny Smith, having started last, he's now right up in there in the mix. He's knocking on the door of the top 10, would you believe?
And they're all allowing Oliver Behrman to take the win here because they're now scrapping over second place. That's Archie Brown through to second.
Bloch's lost 2 places, so that's Brown and Miller through. Now he's having to cover the inside line to stop Ellingham coming round the outside. Greenall's to his left, though, on the inside. James Walker gets in there as well and makes up a place. Oh, there's contact! That looks like We've got Block and Greenall both going off the circuit there. Disaster for Sebastian Block and for Oliver Greenall. Both of them having an absolutely cracking end to their season. Greenall up from 22nd, Block from the front row. Let's have a look at it again. There was 3 of them all trying to get in there, 4 in fact. As look, the O-plane of Ellingham tries to go on the inside of the 97 of Block. There's a little bit of a rub, and there's nowhere for Block to go but into the side of Oliver Greenall. But Behrman is going to finish his season on a high. He comes through for the checkered flag. Absolutely terrific. Oliver Behrman ends his season in fine form. Archie Brown delighted with second in front of Miller. Walker is fourth from Ellingham, Makuris, Rigby, Brewer, Tolley, Ginchard and Kian Berta.